just interesting turning points again in my career when all of a sudden I began to connect with angels, and then people will come in and will ask, is there anything for me? Do you sense anything from angels specifically? And I was diving more and more deeper into studying angels, who they were, what they want to tell us, why they're helping us. What's in it for them? Why are they so selflessly, unconditionally just appearing? I want to help you. And then many people would ask, Josie, but why do angels don't help those who are suffering? And that would be another really interesting thing to ask angels. So I think naturally through my own journey of evolution and asking them more and more questions, transferring that information into the world and seeing that feedback from people and how their perception of angels were also changing. So that's what I think at this point in my life, I have a pretty good personal relationship with angels. It's my personal thing that I feel them, I talk to them, I ask them. I'm also asking on behalf of the whole lot of people. So it has become my way of communicating with the other side. So angels are a huge part of what I do.
I'm curious, if I may, how did they first appear? Is it like you just felt this energy, you said, but is it like they're introducing themselves? Were they one? Were there many? Is it like, hey, we are angels, my name is, or did you just, okay, I feel a different energy here, and you start asking them and they say, yes, I'm an angel? I'm just curious how this
That's
works.
a really good point. Quite honestly, I don't even remember. It was it wasn't sudden, just like with mediumship. I think they were taking their time with me. I had oracle cards that I would sometimes just ask angels random questions. But I think because I was more and more connecting to that world, I started to sense them in a very different way. So there were images in my head. Now they became sort of the messages that I could speak on their behalf. And then they descended into my heart. And when they descended into my heart, that's when I felt that we have these beings that aren't somewhere out there. They're actually in us. They're connecting through us. And once you yourself evolve, once you open your heart, the angels become real. And they're real because your perception of the angels in your heart is very expanding. It's something that you can't just ignore. When you feel so loved and so connected, and I didn't have an experience where, let's say, an angel's appeared out of nowhere. It would be specific thing, or entity, a cloud of dust appearing out of nowhere. I never had any of these experiences. I had many miracles happening on behalf when I would ask angels for certain things, and they started to happen, and they were happening more and more consistently, fast. And I realized, wait a minute, there's definitely connection right now. And I kind of trusted that. I didn't let go. I was not afraid. And I was not giving up on that relationship. I was pursuing it actively. I was just like, well, show me another sign. Just show me a sign that it's in my face, that I could see it, that I could understand this is who you are. And these signs were just consistently showing up. So I would trust him more. I would try to get out of my head and then see them as, these white people with robes and, blonde hair and the white wings. I would see them more as a feeling, as a sensation. For that, you need to get into your heart. You again get the image into a feeling, into a sensation. So when I connect with angels, I go into my heart now, and I have already know how they feel. I know what that angelic feeling is, and it transforms into just like an open book.
So this is really interesting because I haven't heard that many speak of angels being inside of us.
Mhm.
I've pictured them as beings, other beings or light beings, higher evolved beings, but
Yeah.
their own sort of, I don't know if entity is the right word, an energy that is, its own, is separate from me.
Sure.
So this is very interesting. I've also heard some people are talking about angels like they are light beings or
Mhm.
even extraterrestrials from a very high advanced civilization, or that they're just in a very high dimension. Um, and also, I've heard that they've lived on the planet and have not lived on the planet. And there are many, many
Right.
perspectives and thoughts about this. So, have you asked them about this? Like, who are you really? Have you ever been on Earth? I would love to hear about what you know about what angels really are.
So my understanding of angels evolved. Believe me, I have asked a lot of questions, and it's a healthy inquiry. It's not, I mean, it's a logical thing to ask. Now, what I do know is that angels, first of all, they exist. From what I have experienced in my life, 100%, that I can tell you with full confidence that angels exist on our planet. Now, we don't know any other planet. We're here, we're earth beings. Now, angels somehow are very entangled with the earth. Now, whether they're extraterrestrial, I really don't know. I don't, ask these questions because for me, they complicate my relationship with angels. What I really want to know is if what is their purpose? What are they gaining? What's the benefit for them to be around us, 24/7, super like protecting us for what? Why would they even bother? So what we know, the angels are messengers. In essence, the word angel means the messenger. So they are the beings who communicate. They're communicators. They're also the ones that somehow allow this earth to evolve. And because we are here on planet Earth, they are helping us evolve just as well as we are sort of part of that earth. We're the energy, our energy is completely earth. The body's made out of that element. So with angels, they have somehow a task to be here on planet earth, to communicate, to have this connection. They're like this invisible web that protects the earth. And angels, they're not physical, so they don't have physicality. They don't incarnate into the physical bodies. They may create an appearance that is very temporary. It's only for a few moments. They can take a shape, they can take a form, but they do not come here with intention to live a life, to have a body from birth to death. They have their own agenda on most part. And their purpose is to help not just us, but our consciousness of this planet to grow. Now, I also know that angels, we all have individual angels, and it's not just humans. Everything has an angel. Even the flower, even the tiniest little bacteria has an angel. So there aren't just human helpers. They're just there for us, the human beings. It's actually a lot more complicated with human beings because we tend to do things that can, within duality, we can create a choice. We can go into a destructive path or we can go into a creative path. Now, angels, they have a job. By the way, the word angels, it's the job description. It's not a name. Even Michael, it's something that, God does. Such as, for example, Raphael, God heals. It's not the thing or the name, or it's a function. It's the activity. It's something that angels do, which means that they are here. It's their job. It's what they are called to do, and who calls them, I don't know. There are different layers of angels. There's also different authorities amongst angels, but I also know this for a fact that they serve as a group. There's not one angel that is going to respond to you, even if you're calling to, let's say, if you're calling upon Archangel Michael, and Michael would be considered this powerful protector angel, someone who has this strong presence. But it's not just Michael. You are going to call upon legions of angels. You're going to call upon all of the angelic power that is at your disposal.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.